have the ACC champ. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Kyle.
Pleasure to be here. Conference tournament is a whole nother season, and we just got to take it game by game, possession by possession. If we do that, we'll be fine. My dad was just such a big motivating factor for me. You know, we always worked out early mornings, late nights. You know, the whole quote-unquote story that a lot of people have. He was the dad on the bench or like the sideline or the baseline going crazy whenever I did something. Well, in Atlanta, the wings are amazing. When we won the championship that day, and it was almost like a year to that point of where I lost my dad.
Welcome back, everybody, to Life Beyond the Three. I'm your host, Trevin.
I'm the co-host, Trey. This is presented by the Center Street Media Team, and Trevin's going to announce our guest today.
All right, guys, we have the ACC champ here. Let's go. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Kyle. Kyle, how's it going, man?
What's up, man? It's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Oh, look at the fit. The fit looks good. You got the
Kyle
jeans.
stay fitted. That's one thing about Kyle. Stay fitted.
I just try to match you guys flying this thing.
You brought it, bro. You the trendsetter. You the first one.
Sure.
You the trailblazer.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, today we really just want to jump right into, your life, your career. You have a very successful playing career, and now you're doing big things off the court, which is awesome. And we appreciate you greatly helping us out. But yeah, we just want to dive into who is Kyle a little bit more. So we're going to start a little bit with your life. Where are you from? Tell us about that.
So originally I was born in Birmingham, Alabama. I moved to Atlanta when I was like 6 months. So I'm from Atlanta for real.
Okay.
And yeah, I basically spent my whole childhood there. I ended up going to Norcross High School. It's like 40 minutes away from the city, north. The Migos grew up around there.
Oh, yeah.
Like
a lot of good people from ATL, bro.
Yeah, for sure. We got a lot of famous people, a lot of known people. So, we just try to keep the recognition going.
And
I kind of like that, the ATL.
Hey,
a lot of people from the ATL.
Well, one thing that Kyle's really humble about, he's a known person in ATL. He connected. You know a lot of people. He's done a lot of great things there. So you go to Atlanta.
Go to ATL.
You never heard it called ATL?
Honestly, I've never really heard that, but like, it just rolls off the tongue good. You're from ATL.
For sure.
I like that.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about your family a little bit. I know your father. I mean, you got the names and everything on. Tell us about your relationship with him. We know you're a mama's boy, too.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk about your parents' relationship with that.
Yeah, man. My dad was my biggest role model growing up. He introduced me to the game of basketball, and he raised me ever since I was born, basically. And then I stayed with him from like 13 to like I graduated high school. Mm-hmm. So we got to spend a lot of time with each other, and I really grew up really fast in those years, kind of how to become a man and how to take care of myself, and it matured me to the point I am today. He just passed in 2020 from a car accident. So
sorry to hear, man.
Yeah. So ever since then, like life has changed, but I've just seen life through a different lens, and I just appreciate all the blessings that I have today.
Mm-hmm. Did you have like a specific memory of when you were first learning basketball from him? I know you're probably little.
Yeah. I think my dad was just such a big motivating factor for me. Like, we always worked out early mornings, late nights, the whole quote unquote story that a lot of people have. Mm-hmm. But he was the dad on the bench or like the sideline or the baseline going crazy whenever I did something. And so like that always he was my biggest hype man, but he was like that for everybody. Mm. He was just a positive person. So I think one game I was playing like 10U and I was cooking, and I just remember him going crazy on the baseline like, that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? So that made me proud. Yeah, so that made me like, I always want to make him proud.
That's big time, man. You're making him proud right now. May rest in peace. All blessings to your father. But yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Appreciate
and then your mama.
Yeah, my mom is my best friend to this day. She sacrificed so much for me to continue and fulfill my dreams. Worked 2 jobs when I was growing up. I always just made a way, no matter how much it was or what I wanted. She always found a way to give it to me. So cool. I'm just really appreciative of her, and she really instilled like some really good morals in me. That I keep with me today. So
see, all them kids need to thank their moms, bro.
Yeah,
it's funny when you get older, you look back and you're like, man, like now that you really understand like what a job is, what like working is, you're like, holy, like everything that my parents done, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it was senior night. It's like, man, thinking back when you're like a little kid, and you're like, man, they did that for me.
Right.
I wish I knew that at the time to be like, oh, thank you, because like once you're at this level, it's like, oh, like I see it.
You do.
when you're
You
little, it's
appreciate it
like,
more.
oh yeah, it's just I'm doing the same thing.
Right.
Like everything's gonna happen.
Right.
You know, you have no like, hindsight's 20/20.
Right.
But
Do you remember your senior night?
I do. So, I had COVID, so I had kind of like 2 senior nights.
Yeah.
But I didn't walk out on my first one because everybody, like he assumed everybody was coming back.
Yeah.
But last year was a dope moment, just because my goddad coached me last year. So it was kind of like my mom and kind of my dad was still present in that moment.
That's cool.
Yeah, through him. So it was a dope experience for sure.
Who y'all playing?
Florida State, we cooked them too.
And
yeah.
how did you do that game?
Oh, a slight dub.
Slight
and some
little.
dubs.
I got it written down. Hold on.
Yeah,
I think you had a
that
20
one
piece.
right.
You had a 20
Yeah,
piece
I
that
mean,
game.
just a slight one. You know what I mean?
20 piece on senior night. That's the way to go out, bro.
It's the only way. And, but
Big time, bro.
it happened so fast, man, and it's kind of dope because I get to see, Trev, your senior night on Saturday, and it's like, dang, like it goes by super fast, but you kind of get to relive it through you guys. You know what I mean? And that's been like the dopest part about this whole experience, being able to work with y'all and build like real bonds and relationships.
Yeah.
Dude, that's cool. Did you already like when you were little and like playing high school and all that? Did you like know for a fact like, hey, I'm going to college? Like when was a time where it's like,
You heard he was
I'm
cooking
playing.
10U, bro.
Yeah.
Was it 10U? 10U? Like, no, I'm going to D1 for sure.
Right.
Since day one.
Honestly, bro, like God has been really good to me. I always kind of knew I was gonna go to college, but I didn't know how it was gonna shake, if that made sense. OJ Mayo was kind of like my favorite player in college, and he went to USC. That's what made me like USC.
Follow his footsteps a little
bit.
Yeah,
for
USC.
sure.
Okay.
And I'm like, God allowed me to see that, and then to be able to come back home and play for Tech, that was another dream come true. So I always knew it, but I think you don't really know it until it happens. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. That's cool. So how was recruiting when you were like in high school and stuff? Like everybody has their own stories, right? But like, what was your kind of take on the whole recruiting?
Bro, we had JL on, and you remember when he was telling his where he committed to 5
years?
school?
Scott, yeah.
I'm coming,
Coach.
I'm coming.
So man, my recruiting was kind of wild because like to that point, I had committed to Georgia on just one night because me and the coach there was really tight. Shout out to Amir. Abdul Rahim, he just passed away. He was the coach of South Florida.
Oh yeah.
And I had grew up kind of like we knew each other through my dad, and just like I had always had a tight bond with him.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of figured one night I was gonna go there, and then like I woke up the next morning and I didn't talk to nobody about it, and they was like, "Man, why you just did that off the hum?" I was like, I was just feeling it. You know what I mean?
It's JL, man.
You know what I'm saying? And then I had ended up
feel good, man.
yeah,
Feel special.
I had ended up like getting out of that, and then USC came about because they was recruiting me since like 10th grade, and I went out there, and it was a dope experience, and you don't really, like, to Trev's point, you don't really appreciate it until like you get older and get to see
100%, yeah.
Different life experiences and just different walks of life. So it was hard at first, but then looking back on it, it was a dope thing to go through. And then coming back to Tech, when my dad passed, I knew I wanted to be home. There was no place I'd rather be but Georgia Tech. So
that's cool. And then you went you played at USC freshman year?
Yeah.
Shout out Trojans. Trey, you brought the Trojans.
I know, we had something because we had Brody. Brody committed.
That's right. That's crazy.
And then you went to Tech.
Yeah.
And came out as a champion.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk about that year. Like, I mean, for us, like, I feel like this year is super special. I feel like it's different than any year I've been a part of. But kind of talk about your championship run, that whole season, winning the championship and all that. Man, that's unique. Like, nobody gets to do that.
No, and what also made it unique, it was a COVID year, so like we didn't really get to feel the full experience because fans. It was on like 50% of fans to come to games and stuff like that. But when we won the championship that day, oh man, I remember it was in North Carolina, Greensboro actually, and I was just like, and it was almost like a year to that point of where I lost my dad. And I had never like won like a big championship. I won like region championships, but I went to the state twice.
I feel that, bro.
Like,
I feel that on a deep level.
Yeah,
Trey does it. Trey won state. So
what I'm saying? He's on a different level.
He's on a different level.
Yeah, but like I always just wanted to win like one big one, and like to do that in your hometown with everybody supporting you and loving you, like it's like one hell of a feeling, to be honest.
Yeah, that's super cool. Do you have like any advice for us, like from that like championship run? I feel like everything's like on a high for us. You know, we won 7 straight.
Yeah.
Being teams at their home place. But like it takes a whole nother level to
the conference.
go win it.
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
So what do you say is your advice to some young bucks like us?
Yeah. I would just say we just have to stay locked into the moment. You know, we can't never let a win take us over or a loss take us under, if that makes sense. You know, the conference tournament is a whole nother season, and we just got to take it game by game, possession by possession, and if we do that, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think that's like a whole present thing.
Yeah,
be present. That's like our.
That's what it is, man.
Player only meeting where we said, let's be present. So.
The other thing I want to talk to you about is when you first came. So like obviously transitioning and becoming like where you are now.
Right.
But I remember you first came to play pickup.
Right.
And I don't know who was guarding you, but this dude just started. I was like, random dude walks in and just starts cooking. So I was like, all right, I got him. I gotta make a stop.
Yeah.
Shifty cooking. I was like, who the heck is this guy? Right. Just cooking. But one thing that I always love is like people who are just pure hoopers. You can tell you just love playing the game of basketball. Yeah. You won that Pro AM thing in Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me about that.
Man, that's
you got that cool with it. You can't like
I'm just
say
sorry,
ATL and giggle.
No, that's
you know what's going.
No, that's a big thing in Atlanta. You know,
I mean, I looked at like the followers of the account. I mean, it's like it's big.
It's crazy. And then the thing about it, everybody comes back and plays in it. Lou Will, he plays in it. We beat his team. Joe Johnson, me and him was on the same team.
Oh,
that was super fun.
Joe Johnson, a legend, bro. He was cold in 2K.
Oh my
god!
And then for me growing up in Atlanta, like that was my favorite player for sure.
For sure.
So being able to like play with him and
that's
like
crazy,
have a bond with him, that was like a dream come true.
What was y'all's name?
Team ISO.
Team ISO.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a game.
But I do remember when he came and started hooping for pickup, I was like, all right, this dude, like, he's trying to be a GA. He's going to be, like, the guy that passes, trying to get everyone involved, and comes out just firing.
Yeah.
That's a hooper,
frying
bro.
everybody.
That's
I was
a
like,
hooper.
Who is this?
Wait, go back to I want to hear more about the Pro AM, though. So you on Joe Johnson's team.
Yeah. So my first year playing with them, you know, I was nervous kind of because, you know, you kind of starstruck, like growing up, like idolizing somebody.
And then you turn the ball over when you're on court with him. You're like, I don't want him to like.
Not only that, but it was a moment when he's like, man, Kyle, like just play. Like I'm going to get my touches. Like you don't got to force feed me the ball. Like I brought you here to hoop. Yeah. So when he told me that, it just gave me all the confidence in the world that like, man, my favorite player think I'm nice. I got to go hoop. Exactly, you know what I mean? So we ended up winning the championship, came back in like a double overtime game against some real good pros. And it gave me so much confidence going back in the season. And then just for my basketball career, it's like I can play with anybody.
Yeah, for sure. So then what kind of was like going from that to deciding to be a GA and kind of work your coaching path? What was that kind of conversation?
Man, honestly, it kind of came out of the blue. I always knew I wanted to get into coaching, but I didn't know it was going to be this fast, to be honest with you, just because like I just got through playing. And I was thinking about going and playing and pursuing a professional career, but when I kind of weighed all the options, then had the opportunity to come out here and join y'all and see what, you know, we and what Coach was, KY was building. I was like, man, I don't know if I ever get this opportunity again to have a start to a coaching career like this. So I was like, man, I'm coming. It didn't matter like how far. I didn't know nobody. I'm lying. My godbrother lived out here. Yeah. But besides that, I didn't know really nobody for real. And I was just like, I'm coming.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. That's dope.
How has it been, though? Like, because we're almost a year into the season.
Yeah.
Be like, last year you're a player, this year you're a coach, like the transition.
KY said it the other day. He was like, we have no more freshmen. It's like the same with this. We ain't, it's not your first year no more.
Yeah.
Almost
I mean, I think it's been dope, man. I'm not going to lie. The hardest part is, like, not being able to play. You know what I mean? And being able to, like, you know, go out there with y'all because, like, I look at y'all as, like, brothers too. But, you know, the long days and all that, it's worth it because, like, I get to see y'all go and chase y'all dreams and really go and, you know, perfect what y'all have been working on. That makes all the long mornings, like, when we work out, then got, you know, meetings and then do film work and then staying after. Like, it makes it all worth it when y'all go out there and play hard and put on. So it's been the dopest experience for me because I get to see myself in each and every one of y'all, honestly.
And the life of a GA is not easy at all. And, like, that's one thing that's, like, very underrated. But one thing that we had when JL was on, we talked to him. We just had so much praise for him, like, being a workhorse. Yeah. He's been one of those guys, like, always getting us in the Liz Ave.
For sure.
We having fun. But every time he there, you there too.
Yeah, for sure.
So how is that like transitioning, like getting in a relation with JL, and kind of understanding his work ethic and all that?
It's been dope. Just kind of, learning and growing from him, growing under him, and just he's given me such a great perspective on what it takes to be a great coach, because you really don't get no days off. You know what I mean? You always got to be thinking 3 or 4 steps ahead just to be above the rest.
He do be saying that. I was like, Jay, how's your day out? He's like, I didn't have one.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
My fault.
Yeah,
like we didn't have practice.
It isn't. You know what I mean? But that's what keeps us on our edge, and that's what I think keeps everybody afloat. You know what I mean? We all trying to continue to move up. So
that's cool, man. Like, what is the day in the life for you though? Like, cause for us, we see like some coaches, like we see them do a little stuff, but like for us, it's come in, practice, shots, and then do some film, lift, treatment, and we out.
Right. Yeah.
But like for you guys are doing workouts, you guys doing all this other stuff that's kind of behind the scenes. That helps us be successful. So like, kind of talk about like what's your day kind of like, because I feel like a lot of people don't really understand what a GA actually goes through.
Yeah. It's definitely not for the weak-hearted. I get up around like 6. Trey knows I usually work out somebody at 7, usually Hadim or somebody else before. Then Trey and Rich usually come in. Then Cannon comes in right after that. So there's
4
like
workouts
3,
right there.
Yeah, right there. So before 9:30, you're already 4 workouts in, and then from there we probably have meetings at 11 or 12ish. So meetings from 12 until practice time to prepare for the practice and like the games coming up, scouting report, and all that stuff. After that, we have to practice, and then after practice, you gotta, make sure y'all good with shots and stuff like that. And then we actually go back upstairs to the office and make sure the scouting report and all that stuff is ready. So we can present it to you guys. Because one thing, y'all not dumb. Like, if we stumbling over our words and don't know what we talking about, y'all gonna look at us like we stupid. So, we got to be on top of our stuff, and that's what keeps me going for real.
That's super cool, bro. I have tremendous respect for, you guys and like everything you guys do. Because like coach is one thing, right?
Yeah.
They're getting paid, they're doing their job, and then being a GA is a whole different level.
Yeah.
So like for us, like we 100% appreciate like everything you guys do.
A lot of gratitude.
Like,
Appreciate it.
A lot of things go, a lot of things you guys do go kind of swept on the rug, but like we're super grateful we see it, and like all the times you guys work us out and do the little things about passing, getting up in us, talking your talk, and practice.
It's a culture thing. Like everybody got to buy in. It's like definitely a key part of that. Sure. But we want to switch gears. We're almost gonna wrap up, but we want to switch gears a little bit to something a little fun. So you're a foodie.
Yeah.
You're a foodie. We want you to draft your top 3 foods, specifically from ATL.
ATL. No laugh, no giggle.
No laugh, no giggle. Just say it straight.
Just ATL.
Top 3 foods.
Well, in Atlanta,
the
wings are amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been telling you I want some wings.
You did say that. Any specific flavor or just whatever?
Every little spot, every little like restaurant or night spot got some really good wings. But just in general, the wings are really good. Soul food, of course. You Southern, so I would say that. And then
you said soul food?
Yeah, like macaroni and cheese, green beans.
Are you You've no clue what soul food is?
No, I know what soul food is.
Oh, I had a heart attack.
I'm just making sure our audience know what soul food is.
It is a youth audience, so we gotta make sure our audience knows.
Yeah. So talk about soul food.
What is soul food? What is soul food?
You just said mac and cheese, green beans.
What is it? So do you?
It's like the Southern food, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, that's exactly what it is.
You're right. I'm just
this guy.
Your chicken, you know what I mean? All your good, healthy, not really healthy, but just good food.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was like, everything fried. Everything fried.
Everything fried. Yeah. Everything fried. And my last one would probably be, I love me some pasta, like Alfredo.
Oh, some nice Alfredo.
Yeah.
Have you had my mixture where it's like the little marinara pasta, or the marinara Alfredo mix, like the little vodka sauce?
Oh, I probably have that. Yeah, it's good.
Exquisite. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Well, all right, one more thing. What about in Utah, though? What are your top 3 spots? Because you have to have a couple spots here.
Yeah. So I always go to the Cheesecake Factory. That's kind of like a staple.
The brown bread?
Yes,
slaps,
it's fire.
Bro. It's
unbelievable.
Breakfast spot,
I love True Religion.
Religion.
That's my favorite
really
place.
good. Yeah.
My favorite place.
Third, I don't know. It's a place called Van Ryder who has some really good food.
Where's that?
It's downtown Salt Lake, right across the street from the Delta Center.
Okay, never been there.
It's on the top floor. I'm
Okay,
y'all on,
Oh, is that where we was?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, place fire.
Yeah. It's a vibe, good
It's a
food.
good vibe.
Talk your talk. My bad.
Yeah.
You know,
He knows his stuff.
Top
Top
floor.
floor, bro.
sure.
Beautiful view.
Yes.
Have you ever had Pizzeria 712?
No.
Shout out Kevin Santiago. But if you like pizza,
Okay.
you gotta go there. It's like
That's
really,
right.
really, really good pizza.
We got to go after the game.
We going.
Yeah.
That would be tough.
Real quick in closing, we want you. I mean, you have a great career. You're very selfless. You have so many great attributes. Just seem like the person you developed through your pro career or through your career as a basketball player in general. Just kind of give a message to young hoopers, because I feel like that's kind of the demographic that like you really like talk to.
Yeah.
Because like you get to us obviously, but like I mean we relate to you because when you say something to us,
Right.
granted it's like we listen to our coaches.
Right.
Like when you say something, it's like, oh shoot, like
Yeah.
he knows. Like this is literally like
For
this
sure.
is last year for him. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. And I appreciate that. I think the message would be run your own race, man. You know, and really take time to, you know, work hard and keep your head down, but, you know, take time to look up and enjoy the flowers, because it goes by really fast. And it's nothing like playing. So enjoy it and enjoy the bonds that you have with it. You know what I mean? The lifelong relationships that you can make from basketball is amazing.
Dude, I like that.
Yeah.
Reminds me of what Coach said today about Trey, like he threw the oop to Dallin. And
Yeah.
somebody's
for
we gotta post it again.
Oh
Because
my gosh.
he threw the oop, and then Trey's face just lit up as
Man.
Dallin jumped, and then
No.
you have Yegor going like
no,
this.
people didn't
Yes.
see the Yegor clip
Well, we
because
gotta
the
put
video
Yegor-
cut it
yeah,
off.
we gotta put
Yes.
Yegor
up.
was just so excited he didn't know
Yes.
what to do with his body.
Yes.
It was the most funny thing ever.
But I do like that, run your own race and like enjoy the flowers, enjoy the time you have, because it goes by quick.
It does, bro.
I remember my freshman year, Yoli was like, "Hey, like enjoy this," and I was like, "Dude, I got 4 years. Like,
Right.
It's gonna take forever."
Right.
And now it's like, now it's here.
It's
know,
here.
like it's senior night.
Crazy.
But yeah, I appreciate you, and
No,
we look up
for
to you a lot. So I appreciate all you do.
No, man, I just want to say I thank y'all for making this experience so enjoyable. Like, y'all don't really know how much I really care and like love y'all and love to see y'all win. Like that keeps me going. That keeps me alive in like some of the hardest parts of not playing. You know what I mean? Seeing y'all go out there and do y'all thing. So thank y'all for making this a dope experience, man.
Kyle,
What up, so appreciate you, my
Let's
brother.
go.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, my brother. That was great.
Let's go.
Enjoyed that, bro. That's it.
I like that.
We just got to wrap up. Okay. This has been an episode of Life Beyond the Three, presented by the Center Street Media Team.
You can tap in on Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube. Catch y'all next time.
Peace.
Thanks, everybody, for watching Life Beyond the Three by Center Street Media Network.
Wherever you watch your podcast, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, follow it. We'll see you next episode.
See you guys next time.